Cathryn to go to America. And I can remember when Harry Clancy and his wife went to America.
You
And
can?
that was I can.
Oh.
And he came in here and he going over. They were married and they went in the horse and cycle to the Doonbeg station. And I was small then. And she had Cathryn in her arms, I think. And he lit with a little bit of paper, he lit his pipe up of that fire. I can well remember it.
Wow.
Oh, they were lovely.
My grandpa did that?
Yes, Harry
your great-grandfather.
Your great-grandfather was Harry Clancy.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, I had photos there. This is Etta. Etta Clancy.
Etta, yeah, I've got
Ella, whatever name.
Yeah.
Oh, that's as old as myself, but I have a kid. That's as old, I think.
Etta's still living.
Pardon?
Is Etta still living? I think she
I
is.
think she is. And this is another, this is Cathryn. Cassie Clancy,
Oh, yeah.
the youngest. She was born in America.
But first, let me show you.
We had happy days in that
There's a
house.
house.
Is that it?
That's Houlihan. I think that's.
That's, would that be Houlihan's house?
No, that's the Clancy house, but this is, I think, is it
Houlihan.
Jimmy Houlihan?
Jim Houlihan and Mary Houlihan was married to Harry Clancy on top of the hill there.
Yeah.
And Annie Houlihan was married to Tim Fortin in America. And the Fortins live way down there behind, but they're all gone now. One of the Fortin boys.
Yeah.
We were always great friends. Well, that is Houlihan's house.
No, that's the Clancy house.
Is that the Clancy house?
Yeah,
I'm
it's
getting
changed.
blind.
It's changed now.
Tis changed.
See, they added on over here.
That's right.
They added on.
Well, I remember Grandad Houlihan. He had a room here, a lovely, and there was a door out. He could come out. He needn't go down to the kitchen at all. And you know, my mother used to do his laundry. Poor old Tom Houlihan. And and he was like a poet. And did he incite me, Kate? You haven't tried wait a while, I see. I have a song composed now. We should Tom, we'll sing a bit of it. It was about the new and old potatoes. They are the food for rich and poor, for lords and for ladies. That's all I have. Well, it was a lovely piece. My mother had it.
Now, and Tom composed it?
He did. Oh, they were very smart.
Yeah.
There was Annie, she was Mrs. Fortin, and there was Rita, and I can't think of now, I'm old. I'm so old. But, well, we get up in the morning, and that house, which is changed on top of the hill. Mama, we're going down to Harry's. Away down all day. And believe me, come home here to dinner. Don't be. Well, Mrs. Harry Clancy, she was Houlihan. She got to Killrush down shopping. And when she'd be coming back, she'd bring us lovely little buns. She'd start, Mary Harry, we used to call her. It's going down now, Mama. Come in here. Don't be out before that. She'd stop outside and she'd bring us a bag of buns. Lovely. For eating. Oh, they were lovely people. And nice people. But it was the saddest day when they went to America, my mother ever spent. They had a dog, and they had Lex, the dog was, a lovely black dog. Well, that dog went up in a little shed and he cried all day. My mother was foolish. She'd go, and there she was crying with it.
Couldn't take the
My
dog.
mother knew all those. They were like brothers and sisters and all they did. But the people were lovely.
Now here's a picture of, I think it's Etta, and that's Mike. Now these are Harry's, that's Harry.
Harry Clancy. Oh, he's alike. Old Harry Clancy that left here is alike whoever he is.
That's him.
Poor old Harry. Oh, he was a good man. He was a lovely flute player. He was playing the flute. And after Mass on a Sunday, we go out there, we were small, young. Mama, Harry's playing in the flute. She'd go down to hear Harry playing there on top of the hill. That was where they lived.
Right.
But the house has changed a bit.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lovely house. All lovely house. And that's poor Harry.
That's him. And his daughter and son.
He's exactly like Harry. I can't remember Harry Clancy, isn't that funny? I'm sure I spent my days there. The poor man. He was a fine man. And the day they were going to America, he came in here with a little bit of paper and he lit his pipe there out in that and smoke. I can't well remember.
So you were living here
My life.
with your...
I had 4 kids, you see. And there were so many Clancys. This Harry Henry. We never called him Harry Clancy, but Harry Henry.
Harry Henry.
Harry Henry, that was what we called him. They were, obviously they were lovely people.
Yeah. Here's a picture of them right after. This is the whole family that immigrated.
Poor guy. And poor Harry. But it was the saddest day when they went to America.
You remember the day they
I
left?
does. And poor Harry came in and lit his pipe from that.
Now, how old would you have been about?
I don't know. I can't. I'm not sure.
That was 1917. I think 1917. That was.
And then I meant in 87 or 80.
You're 87?
I am.
Wow.
I'm 87 years and maybe a little bit lower.
You lived right here all your life.
I'm reared and so that's. Well, there were lovely people in those days, but they aren't half as nice now. I just think it anyway. I just say it.
Yeah.
They were very nice. Mama, I'm going back to Harry's.
So you used to run down there a lot then? And
Pardon?
you were pretty good friends with them.
Oh, there's where we spent our life. When we used to go to Killard, down shopping, that big town down there. There were good shops around here. So the 4 brothers and myself would go down and we'd have a great day. Joe and Sonny, as we used to call him, with Lex, the dog. He cried all day and my mother would go out there.
That was their dog?
That was Clancy's, Harry Clancy's dog.
What was his name?
Lex. He was a big black dog with a white band around his neck. And he went, they had a kind of a shed away up at the outhouses. And he went up on top of that and my mother would go out. And she'd hear Lex crying and she'd come in and sit down. Oh. She was kind of, I can remember that. And we were very young. Poor Harry.
You got a good memory.
Oh, I have. Didn't I go down there? He was a lovely flute player. He was playing the flute. And they used to have grand, big dances. Full of the house, they'd come from Doonbeg and everywhere. Harry's. So I used to go with my mother and I only taught. And Harry'd be playing. Well, there was he was an Irish organizer. And he was in Doonbeg, but he was playing a flute. And everyone could turn up because Henry Clancy was a great player in this flute, and they all came, you see. He was wonderful to play, lovely. Oh, but we had happy days.
Did you ever go to school? You went to school with all the Clancys too?
No, they went to Baltar School, and away off of Doonbeg down here we went. And we went to Doonbeg. And why? We liked going through the village. We used to have candies. There were shops. At that time, for a couple of pence, you'd get a big paper. And that was great. Yeah. But we should, Thomas Owen, easy.
Now this book here, that's the history of the Hulan family.
Yeah.
And in it he says that...
Ellen was Tom Holden's wife.
Right.
Ellen Markham.
Markham. Did you remember her?
No. She died young.
Oh.
And they done great. He reared his family and educated. They was very smart.
Yeah, he was a smart man.
Oh.
In here they say that Douglas Hyde, who was president.
Yes, I often heard of Douglas.
They said that Douglas Hyde was friends with Thomas.
Yes, he was friends with all those the good educated people.
Yeah, because he spoke Gaelic and...
Yes, my mother went down anyway and poured on Tom. She used to do his washing and ironing and everything. The young woman, of course, didn't bother. But she went into him. How are you today, Tom? He was in bed. With a great Katie, you see. So, in those days, you should have a shroud or a habit blessed at the church by the priest for the day. I don't think that is at all now. So I can remember that now. My brother was there, this Jim, when he was here. Will you go over and tell the priest, he was the curate in Doonbeg, to come up to Tom Hoolan to give him confession and communion and turn in. And he did, and he done that night.
Wow.
And she was so proud of it. She said, wasn't it grand? They did it.
Well, that was good she went.
Oh, Annie Hoolan and Mary Hoolan, my mother was like sisters. It was an awful house, dance and music, Hoolan's house. But she was my dressmaker. She used to do all my... Well, I got a lovely piece of plaid from America. And there was a lovely cross, but it was easy to break it. And some kind of a chain.
Who was the dressmaker?
Mary Harry. She used to make all my dresses.